At the end of this module, some summary considerations will be provided and next steps will be suggested. To inspire the athletes for future engagement in critical thinking, 3 videos and 2 scientific contributions are strongly recommended, in addition to a list of references used to prepare the content of this module.
Through this module, critical thinking has been considered an important dimension for the lifespan of an individual and for talent development and sport. As in life, talent development in sport should have a supporting entourage promoting critical thinking for envisioning new strategies, test new roles and patterns, and quickly evaluate their effectiveness. Sport is an environment where the athlete is continuously challenged to find unique solutions to new game variants and to reflect on life skills that can be used in different situations and settings.
Student athletes are even more challenged because they are committed to sport and academics at the same time, both requiring increasing commitment to achieve results during their dual career journey. Although over the past 2 decades the establishment and development of dual career paths has been legitimately introduced in the European sports policy framework, in some countries there is a need of cooperation to promote and sustain the necessary support of student athletes who still struggle for their right of sustainable sport and academic careers.
As a student athlete, you have to be very proactive in standing for your rights because you should not be left alone in your developmental journey. Request help, communicate clearly your needs, expectations, and commitment to your community of dual career actors. Surely critical thinking can help you manage different situations and contexts.
The sports staff, the teachers, and the parents must help the athletes developing their critical thinking skills because athletes, in considering that the coaches, the parents, and the teachers have the responsibility to facilitate the athlete's critical thinking process, a cooperative attitude must be developed to heighten the awareness of when opportunities arise.
Actually, training and competitive environments naturally stimulate the athlete's focus on decision-making and the identification of new and optimal solutions, and the coach has to take on the role of facilitator and assist the athletes in using critical thinking to achieve success in their specific sport by encouraging them to be alert, active, quick, but also to be patient and do things at the right moment. To cultivate these skills, coaches can use strategies such as match analyses and debates promoting team discussion and brainstorming, and guiding athletes to analyze different perspectives on complex issues. In being an athlete and a student, you have to make your coach and sport environment aware that pursuing a dual career is not only a human right, but also an opportunity to grow stronger as an athlete for the benefit of the whole sport community.
Also, at school students learn problem solving, develop creativity, practice effective communication, and informed decision-making through the analysis of information, the questioning of assumptions, the evaluation of evidence, and the development of reasoned judgments rather than simply accepting facts. To cultivate these skills, educators can use strategies such as posing open-ended questions, encouraging class discussions, providing opportunities for reflection on the reliability of information, fulfillment of conceptualization, critical analysis of diverse perspectives, and evaluation of information to form beliefs and foresee actions to apply to real-world problems.
In being a student and athlete, you have to make your teacher aware that you navigate different and rich environments, requesting to deal with complex challenges and to elaborate responsible choices for your life and careers. Request your coaches, teachers, and parents to establish an alliance to help you targeting reasonable yet ambitious goals, which must be specific, achievable, and challenging.
Be smart when setting a goal. This implies that there is a need to verify that your goal is specific to a given situation, keeping in mind that a one size does not fit all. Measurable so that it is possible to verify the ongoing achievement process. Attainable to avoid wasting time is searching for the moon. Relevant to avoid wasting time on marginal goals or aspects having little or no impact on your goal. Time-bound in relation to the time constraints of the situation. By applying a smart approach, you can turn vague ideas into realistic plans, track and evaluate progress, stay focused and endure motivation, and ultimately achieve your desired outcomes.
There are 3 main types of goal: those related to the results or outcomes, those related to the improvements in performance, and those related to the process needed to acquire, ameliorate, or consolidate skills. Actually, each goal typology is interconnected with the other ones, with process goals leading to performance goals, which in turn determine the results. In this framework, critical thinking is crucial for setting realistic and challenging goals to be achieved in a reasonable mid or long-term time. This process should be facilitated by the supporting entourage of the individual.
In considering that life and sports are unpredictable, critical thinking is also crucial during the periodic revision process, which is needed to analyze whether a refinement is needed during the progress towards achievement. Student athletes experience several transitions in sport and in academics, often accompanied by stress and feelings of uncertainty in terms of how they would cope the changes in their career situation and in their identity related to non-sport roles. In being a student athlete, you can rely on varied interests and experiences, but you have to remember that your athletic identity is going to change when your sport career will end in a future.
Critical thinking can help you building your new professional identity beyond sports, and consider that your athletic career can offer connections to explore career paths and opportunities outside the sports sector. Ask for help, identify a dual career mentor, and consult career counselors to prevent feeling of overwhelming and to maintain your mental health when managing professional transition steps.
We recommend watching the 4-min video, The Best Sports for Critical Thinking, which explores sports that enhance critical thinking. The video focuses on chess, which demands strategic planning and evaluating moves, on basketball, which requires understanding rules, evaluating opponents, and effective communication, and on soccer, which involves anticipating opponents' moves, managing variables, and split-second decision-making. All these sports foster teamwork, strategic thinking, and decision-making skills.
The best sports for critical thinking. Thank you for joining us today. We are thrilled to have you with us as we delve into the fascinating world of sports that enhance critical thinking. Whether you're an athlete, coach, or sports enthusiast, understanding how different sports can sharpen your mind is incredibly valuable. Let's dive right in and explore the best sports for critical thinking. Welcome back to Critical Thinking Secrets, the channel that gets you to think critically. Participating in sports is known to have numerous benefits, ranging from physical fitness to fostering social skills and teamwork. However, sports can also play a vital role in developing critical thinking skills, essential for problem solving and decision making in various aspects of life. Understanding the link between sports and critical thinking can help individuals choose the right athletic activities to enhance their cognitive abilities. Chess is a classic sport that demands critical thinking and strategic planning. Players must anticipate their opponent's moves and adjust their own strategies accordingly. Bias can significantly impact a player's decision-making process, leading to suboptimal moves. While playing chess, it is essential to maintain a clear head and evaluate the validity of each move based on the current board situation. Moreover, chess fosters communication between players as they discuss strategies and analyze their games. Basketball is an exciting and dynamic sport that provides ample opportunities for critical thinking. Players must understand the game's rules and strategies, evaluate the strengths and weaknesses of their opponents, and adapt their game accordingly. Communication skills are crucial in basketball, as players must share information quickly and clearly with their teammates. Being aware of personal bias and considering the opinions of others on the team can help to promote teamwork and develop a stronger overall strategy. Soccer is a popular sport enjoyed by millions of people worldwide, requiring both physical prowess and mental agility. Critical thinking is essential for success in soccer, as players must anticipate opponents' movements, keep track of multiple variables such as the ball's position, and make split-second decisions. Effective communication during a soccer match is crucial as players rely on one another to devise and execute strategies. Soccer encourages individuals to consider various opinions and develop a well-rounded approach to the game.
In particular, the key points highlighted in the video are general benefits of sports, physical fitness, social skills, teamwork, and critical thinking. Chess enhances strategic planning, decision-making, and communication skills. Basketball develops understanding of game rules, opponent evaluation, and quick communication. Soccer requires mental agility, anticipation of movements, and split-second decision-making. Overall theme, sports can significantly improve cognitive abilities and critical thinking.
In the video, about critical thinking you learn, enhancing cognitive skills, how sports like chess, basketball, and soccer improve critical thinking, strategic planning, and decision-making. Chess requires players to anticipate moves, which enhances foresight and planning skills. Basketball involves quick thinking and adapting strategies in real time, improving agility and decision-making. Soccer, players must keep track of numerous variables, boosting their multitasking and situational awareness.
Importance of strategy, the role of strategic planning in sports and its impact on cognitive abilities. Chess strategic planning is crucial, teaching players to think several steps ahead. Basketball, understanding and implementing game strategies helps in predicting opponents' actions. Soccer, formulating and executing game plans fosters long-term strategic thinking.
Communication, the significance of effective communication in team sports and its influence on teamwork and overall strategy. Basketball, effective communication with teammates ensures quick and clear information sharing. Soccer relies heavily on verbal and nonverbal cues to coordinate plays. Chess, discussing strategies post-game can enhance understanding and insight into different approaches.
Decision-making, how different sports require quick and effective decision-making skills. Chess, each move must be carefully considered, promoting thoughtful decision-making. Basketball, players make rapid decisions based on evolving game dynamics. Soccer, split-second decisions are essential, requiring confidence and clarity under pressure.
I'm Connor F., and this is a presentation on sports and critical thinking. When you think of sports, critical thinking might not be the first thing that comes to mind. You might think of brute strength, athleticism, and perhaps arrogance and stupidity in some professional athletes. However, sports are actually connected to critical thinking more than you might think. Decline in youth sports. Recently, there has been a decline in youth sport participants. From 2010 to 2014, for ages 7 to 17, participation rates in 7 sports have declined. Basketball, in particular, saw a 2 million participant decline over that time. The reasons for this decline include parent safety concerns. No amount of pads will completely protect against injury, so parents often prefer to keep their kids out of these programs to avoid any risk of injury. Additionally, technology plays a role as video games and smartphones have taken over. Kids would rather stay inside and play video games or use their smartphones, often following their parents' example. Effects of decline in sports participation. Some effects of this decline include obesity, as physical activity is crucial for health. Obesity can lead to diabetes and heart problems, 2 of the top killers of adults in the United States. Another effect is a lack of life skills, particularly soft skills like face-to-face communication. Soft skills include good communication, affability, being friendly, a positive attitude, commitment to hard work, problem solving, and the ability to work in a team. These are developed early on at home, through school peer-to-peer contact, and through.
In this second video, a presentation highlights the connection between sports and critical thinking during times of less and less sport participation, more and more occurrence of obese children, and preoccupying reduced interpersonal interaction due to increasing use of technology. Sports provides plenty opportunities to develop essential life skills like problem solving, teamwork, and communication, which are skills crucial for personal and professional success, are developed through sports and extracurricular activities.
Critical thinking is all about asking questions, the right questions, questions that help you assess both the meaning and the significance of claims and arguments. Building these skills and applying them in your life makes it easier for you to assess evidence, evaluate arguments, and adapt your thinking so you stay switched on and engaged in different situations. Critical thinking involves stepping back from a situation to enable you to see all the angles before making judgments or taking decisions. It means identifying the key points, analyzing the sources of information, weighing up different types of evidence, just as a judge and jury would do in a court of law, and putting it all together into your own independent thought through point of view. One thing that it's very important to realize is that critical thinking isn't about being critical. It's about much more than just finding flaws in other people's claims. By itself, that isn't enough to give you an edge. To be a true critical thinker means being creative, reflective, and adaptable, evaluating the evidence to decide for yourself what is accurate, what is relevant, and whether you have sufficient information to take a decision on this topic. Thinking critically means taking a stand for yourself. It can be difficult not to be swayed by close family or friends' views on things or certain beliefs that just feel right. But learning how to use these higher order thinking skills can help you to feel much more confident in your own opinions and conclusions. Critical thinking is also about a sense of discovery and excitement, not only about learning, but evaluating arguments to see how they stand up and filtering for yourself what resonates as right or wrong. By using these techniques, you'll find yourself becoming a clearer, better thinker, learn better, think smarter, aim higher.
From the video, you can learn the following points about critical thinking in the context of sports and beyond. Integration with sports. Sports require players to think critically under pressure, strategize, and make quick decisions. Problem solving. Critical thinking involves analyzing situations, identifying problems, and developing effective solutions. In sports, this is evident in tactics, play strategies, and game time decision-making. Athletes must make rapid decisions, often in high-stress environments. Critical thinking skills enable them to evaluate options quickly and choose the best course of action.
Team problem solving. Critical thinking in sports often involves collaborating with teammates to solve problems, such as devising strategies during a game or overcoming challenges together. Improvement and adaptation. Critical thinking helps athletes and coaches to assess performance, identify areas for improvement, and adapt strategies for better outcomes. Life skills development. The critical thinking skills developed in sports can be applied to various life situations, such as personal decision-making, academic challenges, and professional environments.
Learning from criticism. Critical thinking involves evaluating feedback constructively. In sports, this means learning from coaches' critiques and making necessary adjustments to improve performance. Accountability and responsibility. Critical thinkers take responsibility for their actions and decisions. In sports, this translates to being accountable for one's performance and contributing positively to the team. Confidence and resilience. Developing critical thinking skills through sports can build confidence and resilience, helping individuals handle setbacks and challenges more effectively. Overall, critical thinking in sports helps athletes to perform better, work effectively as part of a team, and apply these skills in other areas of their lives.
The third video summarizes how critical thinking involves asking the right questions to assess the meaning and significance of claims and arguments, making it easier to evaluate evidence and adapt your thinking. It requires stepping back to see all angles, identifying key points, and analyzing evidence. Critical thinking goes beyond finding flaws.
It involves being creative, reflective, and adaptable to form accurate and relevant conclusions. It helps you confidently form your own opinions despite external influences. Ultimately, critical thinking fosters a sense of discovery and excitement, leading to clearer and smarter thinking.
What can you learn about critical thinking in the video? Asking the right questions. Critical thinking involves asking questions that assess the meaning and significance of claims and arguments.
Evaluating evidence and arguments. It requires analyzing information from all angles, identifying key points, and weighing different types of evidence to form independent viewpoints.
Beyond criticism. Critical thinking is more than just finding flaws. It involves being creative, reflective, and adaptable in evaluating evidence and making decisions.
Personal confidence. Developing these skills helps you confidently form your own opinions and conclusions, even when influenced by others' beliefs. Discovery and clarity. It fosters a sense of discovery and excitement in learning, leading to clearer and more effective thinking.
Some researchers studied the effect of critical thinking in sports and in the labor market. Here there are two interesting works focusing on education and employability. The first proposes an interesting framework to inspire future directions. The second work focuses on the role of critical thinking as a skill relevant for employability in sports. These papers are freely available online using the reported DOI numbers.